Bolo!
There's actually two ways to watch this video. Either you can go ahead and click the link in the description, or you can go to my lives playlist and watch the whole live and all my other lives that I have up too. It's like I've been trying to steady learn from my mistakes of things that I did over time. And I think since I've had so much time to really kind of reflect over my career and reflect over some of the things that have happened, I think that I've learned to accept some of the mistakes that I've made and some of the L's I made, and I want to go ahead and express that to you guys right now. Number one, you have to be able to understand what you're getting yourself into. You have to know what you're getting yourself into when you're trying to get into the music business. I think a lot of times people don't really understand what they're getting into. You know, a lot of times people have fun, in which this is a fun job, you know, a fun career, a fun pastime. But I think a lot of people don't really understand the business side of what really goes on and what is happening. And I think a lot of people are, number one, uneducated. And that was the biggest thing for me. I was very uneducated when it came to, you know, learning about the business side of music. Now that I kind of caught up throughout the years, and I think around about 2014 is when I really kind of knew what I was kind of doing at that point, and I kind of knew, you know, how to collect and how to do certain things. But I think a lot of producers right now, business-wise, I think that they just don't know. And I think a lot of people think just because you give out your ASCAP or your BMI, IPI number, you're straight, you're gonna get paid and all that stuff like that. It's more to it. It's a lot of things that you need to know. And that was one of the main mistakes, was not knowing the business side. If you don't know it, please find some literature. Read. If you can't read, get the audiobook. Get those things, get those tools to prepare you for what's going on. Because I see too many people blaming other people for their faults. You know, how they say back in the old G.I. Joe days when the cartoon used to come on, knowing is half the battle. Number two, quantity over quality. That is a huge mistake when it comes to this game. We think so highly of having so many beats and having so much music. That's so untrue. So many people think, okay, I can just go ahead and grab a loop, make some beats behind it, or I can make something real quick and I just made 10 beats today. I just made 8 beats today. I made 14 beats today. I used to do the same thing. I used to sit in between classes, in between, you know, time I had free time or whatever, and especially when I was in college when I first started producing, I used to produce beats every single day. And I had all of these beats. I had so many beats, but they weren't going anywhere because they were not quality beats. My guys used to rap on it because they were there and it was free, so we did our thing. But looking back, I had so much time to learn so many different things. I had time to really learn song structure. I had time to really learn how to play the piano, play the guitar, play the bass. I had time to learn from people on how to become a better musician, how to learn better percussion, how to pick better sounds, how to do all that. And I didn't do it because I was in a rush to try to get beats done. And all it ended up being was a whole bunch of beats that have never been used. And I was just banging out beats. And that's what's going on right now. It is so many people that bang out beats right now, even from people who are just starting to even some of the biggest producers. They're just banging out beats, and you have a whole bunch of beats that do not get used, and it's just basically time wasted when you could have really structured yourself to make a really good track and present that track. I think that's what's going on with music right now. That's why a lot of stuff is so microwavable. It's so in and so out, because everything sounds the same because this way is easy. If you take the easy way out, yeah, you can make some quick money, get in and get out, but you're not gonna be relevant and you won't stay long. The third thing, gear is not gonna make you better. And I know I really shouldn't be saying that. I do a lot of reviews on gear and stuff all the time on this channel. But gear does not make you better. Some things do make the situation easier, but gear does not make you better at all. Does not make you better. Gear is not going to do anything but just give you those endorphins to where you just feel good that you just acquired something new. It's not going to make you any better because I make the same type of beats on my machine. I make the same type of beats on my MPC. I make the same type of beats on anything. I can use Reason, I can use Logic, I can use FL, I can use Studio One, I can use Cubase, I can use whatever, and my sound will still be my sound because that's what's rooted in me. Gear is not going to solve your problems. I'll tell you that right now. It is not going to solve your problems. Number 4, no matter what you do, no matter how good your beats sound, no matter how bad they sound, everybody is not going to like them. I made the mistake of thinking that if I made a track or whatever and I did it, I thought that everybody was gonna like it, and that is just not the case. Everybody's not gonna like what you make. Number 5, you have to learn how to take constructive criticism. There's a difference between somebody hating. There's a difference between somebody just being a pure asshole, but taking constructive criticism can really help you out. If you cannot take constructive criticism, that's a huge mistake. And I ain't gonna lie, at first I hated constructive criticism. My good friend Joe, and when I was first making beats, he used to sit there and kind of give a little laugh, a little chuckle, and be like, man, that ain't it. And I used to be like, man, what you mean? But then over time, I understood where he was coming from, because he seen the better in me. That's the only way you're gonna get better, is learning how to take that and applying that to what you got. I try to give criticism. I don't try to bash nobody, because I understand we've all came from somewhere. The next thing, what is this? Number 5? You have to work with people that are better than you. But sometimes it might be a producer who might be better than you sonically, that might have better mixes than you, or a producer that knows how to structure their beats better than you, or a producer that might know the game better than you. You have to learn how to collaborate with people, and you have to learn how to collaborate with not just other producers, but you have to learn how to collaborate with people that push you to become better. Now it's a little different, because you can do everything online right now, to where you can just go ahead and slap something in, you know what I'm saying, email it, or you can get it, right now you can get on the phones, face to face right now, FaceTime and stuff like that. Back in the day, we had to, catch the bus, take a ride with somebody in their car, drive there, walk there, you know what I'm saying, catch a cab. We had to really be in somebody's space, but now we can do everything over the internet. So if you can find somebody who is better than you, that's willing to work with you and is willing to make you a better person, do it. And the more and more you're around that person, the more of that you'll pick up. You don't learn how to drive reading the instructions. The only way you learn how to drive is getting behind that wheel and scaring the shit out of somebody. All right, what's it, 6, 7, something like that? And I try to say this, and I'm saying this from a good place. You cannot be a hater. You cannot hate on nobody else's stuff, man. Can't hate on it. I remember I was first coming up, I used to be like, oh man, he think his tracks are good. His tracks are not even that good. Mine's better than this. You can't hate on somebody else because of what they're doing. All you gotta do is figure out ways to channel that hate into learning and instructing yourself to get into that point. That's too much time to be talking about somebody or thinking about somebody and wishing you was in their shoes, or wishing they were on their downfall and doing all that crazy stuff. That is just too much for me. If you're a hater around me, I cannot be around you, because that right there that just sends the wrong message to me, and I don't want anybody associated with me that's on that type of a time. The biggest thing to show anybody that you're doing it is success. All right, number 8, 9, one of these. I'm so lost right now. One thing that I made a huge mistake on, especially starting out, and even to this day, you have to give your brain a break sometimes. Now, I still make pretty much a beat every single day, whether it's like making a full beat, or I might take my iPad and might just come up with some ideas or something like that. Or I try to learn something every single day. But you have to give your brain a break. Got to. You have to learn that you have to explore to become creative. You got to. If you don't, you'll be sitting here doing the same thing over and over again. Your life will be a shell of itself. Get out and vacation. Get out and explore. Get out and get around people. Don't just sit in the house all day. If you got to take a walk, take a jog, do that. Get out. Don't just sit inside of here all day, funneling around and doing this, and now your whole life is passing you by.